Up until now, we've looked at complete dominance. So Mendel's form of inheritance that we've looked at, we could use a capital letter for the dominant trait. We could use a lowercase letter for the recessive trait. And we know that the heterozygous is going to have the dominant trait. But there are a lot of exceptions to Mendel's rules that he didn't study. So the first one we're going to look at is called incomplete dominance. Snapdragons, the flowers you see here, are an example of incomplete dominance. And in this example, you will see that we can have red snapdragons, we can have white snapdragons, but if we have one of each allele, we will have pink snapdragons. And so with that, we see that we can no longer use the capital and lowercase R or W. We have to use superscripts because the capital and lowercase don't mean anything. So what happens if we were to cross a red snapdragon with a white snapdragon? So notice that these two letters together make up one letter. So they always stay together, the F superscript R or the F superscript W. So we're going to call each of these alleles. So notice these two alleles, two genes here, FR means red, FW means white. We're going to put one across the top. So here's one parent. And then we're going to put the other parent, looks like it's going to come up in a second, across the side. And notice that just like with before, all of the offspring are heterozygous. So all are FR-FW. And in this case, we see that 100% are pink, even though we started out with a red and a white one. So in incomplete dominance, we're actually going to see a blending or a mixture of the trait. If we were looking at black and white, if it was under incomplete dominance, the in-between would be gray. Or instead of, as we saw before, the tall and the short, the in-between would be medium height. In your practice activity today, you have what we just went over on your first slide. And on the second slide, we're going to give you a different example. And you can do one of two things. You can click up here and make your own text box. And when you're typing in your text box, if you want to do the superscript, you just highlight it here and go up to Format, Text, and Superscript, and it'll turn your R into a superscript or W. Or I've already put a bunch of them for you over here. So you can just click these and drag them to the correct spot, wherever you think they go, and you can use the already made one. So that's up to you. When you finish, you're going to have a genotype and ratio. A lot of you are forgetting to put the numbers before how many pink or white or how many FR, FW. So make sure you do that. So you only have one of these practice problems.